Right, let's talk about some good things.
Yes.
And you've got several new guns behind us.
Yeah.
I don't know where you want to start. Do you, obviously...
Kai's very happy to learn that I now have the Ghetto Blaster.
But not in OD green.
Not in OD green,
which
no.
is what you
But I
wanted.
do have the Ghetto Blaster, although he has gone off the idea of the Ghetto Blaster.
Is this kind of bronze tip
Yeah, I'm not
synonymous
sure,
with all of them?
Yeah. It's a bit weird, isn't it?
Mm.
Nice, I like it.
Yeah, a little bit different.
But, yeah.
So that's on all of the range, regardless.
I believe so, yeah. I think that's on all of the Ghetto Blasters. I like the lasered Ghetto Blaster inside the dust cover.
Do you know what? I never clocked that, but yeah.
I think that's quite cool. I like the fact that the trades on that are different to the trades on the N4s.
Mm.
You've actually got, see on this side, you've got that on there. The rail, although it looks similar, is actually different because it has a lower rail on this one. You don't have a lower rail on there.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool, very snappy. Although, to be fair, everyone was saying about how they wanted one. I've got one in, and while people are picking it up, saying it's really nice.
Mm. It's not everyone's cup of tea. In
I don't think it is everyone's cup of tea. I wanted to have one in stock because someone is going to buy it at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I've had somebody come in the other day who looked at it and they were umming and ahhing about it, but they're not the
price point. Is there much difference between?
They are more expensive.
The Ghetto Blaster.
Yeah,
is
Ghetto Blaster is more expensive than the original M4 by 60, 70 quid, I think.
Okay.
So it's a fair chunk more expensive. The problem is, Double Eagle have done himself right in the bum with it, really, because they've done those Ghetto Blasters and everybody loves them, and then all of a sudden, Salvo Precision pop up, which is Double Eagle, with an MWS based MCX.
Yes.
And that has very quickly become the star of the show.
Mm. Even in its smaller rattler.
Well, do you know what? The amount of people that have bought MP7s off of me and said, and these are people that have MWSs,
mm-hmm.
Right, had we known this was coming out,
wouldn't have gone for the MP7.
We wouldn't have gone for the MP7, we would have gone for that, because actually overall size is not a whole lot different, and it takes mags that we already own. So, but they've come out with some really good stuff recently. Those MCXs are good enough that I've bought one and abused it, and it just keeps on kicking.
It's interesting, like I say, the both guns are absolutely correct, apart from the fact that they're missing trades.
Yeah.
And that's something to do with, obviously, the licensing. There's a story floating around the internet that this was a Double Eagle actually started off with some sort of contract to produce the gas blowback variant and then lost it, or it didn't quite work out.
There's been a lot of stuff, yeah.
And so they've just turned around and gone, well, we're not going to ditch all of our R&D and this and all the rest of it, we're going to flog it anyway.
Yeah, and I'm glad they did, because, you know what, out of the box, they actually outperformed all the MWSs that I've had through. The fact that it all, like mine, out the box, will hop 3 tubes. So,
yeah,
I mean, that's on the limit of what it's doing, but, if you put 3s in there, which is what I ran on the weekend for the hour that I used it, as it was wearing in, I was having to back the hop right off with 3s, because otherwise it would overhop them.
Oh,
so, they can have, people have had some issues with them for mag compatibility, not with genuine MWS mags, they seem to go in and work absolutely fine. PMags, a couple of people have said that the guns modify PMags, you get misfeeds and this, that and the other with it. I ran a couple of PMags on the weekend, fed fine. One of the rattlers that I sold with 4 PMags to somebody, I've got the bolt shipped back to me because the loading arm broke off the nozzle. So that could be that he's overfilled the mag with BBs and that's what's caused that, or it's had a misfeed and it's jammed up and snapped it off. That's fine. We're putting an upgraded nozzle in there anyway with an impasse, so it doesn't really matter. But actually, on the grand scheme of things, all the ones that I've sold, I think I've sold 6 or 7 of them now in different formats, all been fine. No problems. They've all run out the box really well. So,
and I assume, as we're comparing them directly to the other options, are they similarly priced?
No, they are more expensive. The Rattler is 400, and the bigger variants are 465 or 470, something like that. So
but arguably not crazy money.
Not crazy money. Same kind of price as the TM 2QBR Block 1.
Mm-hmm.
I just think they work really well. They're snappy, consistent, really gas efficient.
Mm. Have you had them apart and had a look at the sort of
not
trigger
yet?
box?
No, I mean, it's not, the trigger boxes aren't exactly identical. The Z plates are slightly different because obviously it's got a short throw bolt because there's no buffer tube or anything like that. So the setup in there is slightly different for your trigger reset and stuff. But all seems reasonably good quality parts. Yes, there are bits in there which are going to wear eventually.
I was going to say, with the longevity, is it all sort of metal or?
There's some cast parts in there. There is still some steel bits in there. So I don't think you're going to have any major issues with it.
So because of the availability of
there's
most of it.
I think because of the popularity of it as well, there's going to be a lot of aftermarket parts. So you're already starting to see aftermarket people making bits like the rear buffers and stuff like that. They're already available. So fingers crossed. But yeah, it takes a normal NWS nozzle. If you swap over for just like a TM spec nozzle, because the DE ones are slightly off spec internally. So if you swap it over for like an Angry Gun one or a Guns Modify, they will go straight over. You can put an M-Pass in them. Job's good. You're good to go. So I think they're very, very nice. I like the fact they come in a hard case as well, which you can't show you though. Oh yes, I can. Here it is.
So that's complete with the.
Comes with it. Salvo Precision hard case, which I think is a nice little touch.
Yeah. Yeah, is it foam inserts?
It's got it's got eggshell, egg cup foam, but it's also, when it comes in its standard format, obviously it doesn't come in the box with the stock attached. The stock sits separately, so there is just a hard foam piece which is laser cut for everything to sit in.
Okay.
But then what you can do is, once you put it all together, you take that piece out and you can put your MCX with the stock folded back in it again. So it's, I mean, you think to buy a hard case like that, you'd spend 50, 60 quid.
Yeah.
So
good value for money. And I assume everything's sort of sized up correctly, so there is the option for different pistol grips. The rail system,
no,
is that interchangeable with the real SIG?
It is not interchangeable. The mounting system is slightly different. But you generally tend to find a lot of people with, in my experience anyway, a lot of the people that have bought these from me are buying them to run them as they are, because they like the look of the MCX, so they're not looking to change rails out and stuff like that. So there are other kits available.
The pick at the back is standard size.
Yeah,
it will
1913. So
it will take standard SIG components, or sort of AliExpress, wherever you're getting your alternative.
Well, you've seen obviously on mine, I've put the M4 stock on mine. The M4 buffer tube adapter, because I don't like the folding stock. It's too short for me. It's good quality. It's just too short. Length for pull is way too small. So
okay.
But no, it's. I think they've done very well with it.
Yeah.
And
it's a good looking bit of kit.
I've yet to see any major issues.